Hello friends, welcome back to JTC Report. A lot of updates coming out of the Middle East as usual these days. So have some catching up to do. I haven't posted in a few days. Let's kind of walk through the timeline of what's going on the past week or so. So a few days ago, Trump comes out threatening to take Kharg Island. And for anyone who doesn't know what Kharg Island is, it's a little coast right here. A little island rather, right off the coast of Iran's coast, where a lot of the oil and gas flows through. That's why it's important. That's why it's been in the news. It's one of the biggest pieces of oil and gas infrastructure that Iran relies on for the shipping aspect of it. So Trump threatens to attack it and basically station troops there. Now, anyone who knows anything about basic warfare, that would be a death sentence for our soldiers. Anyone stationed there, look how close in proximity it is to mainland Iran. So always considered kind of a horrible idea. And it possibly Trump was using it as a negotiating position, which what we're about to cover is kind of evidence that might be the case. So threat comes out basically saying we're going to take Kharg Island. So strikes were set. They said a few days ago it was going to happen, and then wouldn't you know it, post from President Trump himself, based on the fact that discussions with the Islamic Republic of Iran have been brought to the highest level of Iranian leadership and approved. I have, as President of the United States of America, canceled the scheduled strikes and bombings against Iran this evening. Discussions and final points have been, in both concept and great detail, approved by all parties involved, including the United States, Israel, Saudi Arabia, UAE, Qatar, Turkey, Pakistan, Bahrain, Kuwait, Jordan, Egypt, and the others. The naval blockade will remain in full force and effect until this transaction is finalized. Time and place of the signing to be announced shortly. Now, here's the problem with this. This is the 38th time, and that's an actual number, the 38th time Trump has claimed a deal was imminent since this war began. So at this point, no one believes a single word of it. But this was yesterday, June 11th. We actually have some promising news, and there's been promising news in the past that turned out to be nothing. But some words from people other than the United States claiming a deal might be close, and that's when you actually have to take it seriously. So we'll take a look at a quick news broadcast regarding this and some other information coming out as of tonight.
There is a breakthrough in efforts to end the war with Iran. The Prime Minister of Pakistan, which has been mediating talks, says a final text of a peace deal between the U.S. and Iran has been reached. And our team at NBC News has new details about what that deal could contain.
So Shahbaz Sharif, this guy posting right here, he's the Pakistani mediator that's been hosting all of these discussions. So when this guy says something, it can be taken a little bit more seriously. Iran has reason to lie. The U.S. obviously has reason to lie. But this guy, he really has been trying to get a deal. So when he speaks out, something's actually happening. So it's something to pay attention to when a third party like Shahbaz Sharif is speaking on it.
The Prime Minister says Pakistan is working with both sides to finalize next steps. President Trump said a potential deal could be signed as soon as this weekend. This has not stopped tensions, though, in the Strait of Hormuz. A U.S. official says 2 Iranian drones were shot down by the U.S. when they tried to attack commercial ships.
So good news there. Shahbaz Sharif coming out, and obviously, as the news article just mentioned, hostilities are still happening. Drones are still getting shot down. It's still dicey out there, but we're hoping some sort of framework of a deal gets passed. And reaction from J.D. Vance, who, despite what you think of the administration, J.D. is pretty reliably against this war. He has been very quiet about it, but good reporting has come out that he's always been a voice against it. So it's also important to hear when he says something about it. So let's see his take about the possibility of this future deal. So from J.D. Vance, I'm seeing a lot of fake information about a potential deal to reopen the strait and in Iran's nuclear weapons program. First, the Iranians are not receiving any cash. A lot of mixed reporting on that one. And no funds are being released for simply signing a deal or attending a meeting. The deal is structured to ensure that the U.S. and its allies' concerns are prioritized, and that if the Islamic Republic of Iran meets its obligations, then economic benefit will flow to them and to the entire region. This deal has the potential to remake the region and lead to lasting peace. So one thing that's important that has moved is the concession. It seems from J.D. Vance's statement that some sort of economic relief is going to have to go to them eventually, which at this point, unfreezing some of the frozen assets I think it probably should happen to reopen the strait at this point. There's a lot of cards that we have that we can play, and I think that's one of the most simple ones, just kind of releasing their own funds back to them as the Iranian government. Probably the easiest thing we can kind of give a little bit to reach some sort of a deal. So let's keep going here. I've noticed a couple of bizarre things in the reporting over the last few hours. First, people who rightly said Donald Trump was a historic president a month ago now criticizing a deal based on unconfirmed media reports. Second, people who say you can't trust a word said by the IRGC, who apparently believe anonymously sourced a social media post. The president is going to get us a good outcome, one way or the other. So JD's still kind of pulling for his boss, President Trump. So yeah, this is all happening tonight. Like I said, it's June 12th at 6 p.m. A lot of news could come out by the end of the night. But yeah, I just wanted to kind of get out there, cover the past few days of news that's been happening, and hope for the best. I know we've been here 38 times before expecting some sort of a deal, but who knows? Maybe this one actually is the one. So we'll see. I'll keep following it, and you know where to find me for more updates. Stay out there, stay safe, and keep in touch.